Halo Reach has a diverse arsenal of sphincter penetrators, but what if you've gone insane? What if you ask the question any Halo player would soil their panties over? Hey guys, I'm your favorite Uncle Zerk, and today we're going to be answering a question no sane Halo player would ever ask. Can you beat Halo Reach with only plasma pistols? Whoa, wait a second. Hold your overalls and zesty cheese Doritos. We have to lay some rules before we can get into the run. So pause the screen to read them if you want. Alright, you luscious nipples, grab your Cool Ranch Doritos and Capri Suns because it's time to dive into our Star Wars fantasy. I put on the appropriate armor for the challenge and started heading to Noble Team for our first mission, but some lesbian-haired little boy stopped me. As soon as Noble 6 found out that little boy is a woman, he left faster than your dad after subscribing to my channel. Things were going smooth as butter until I met this group of elites, but even though they were a little harder, they were still no match for my plasma pistol. I killed a few more baddies and we flew to the next section of the level, where a new objective was to defend Kat from enemy forces while she was hacking the door controls. So defend I did with my plasma pistol. But after Kat hacked the door controls, we were attacked by a group of zealots, and my character used an assault rifle. This doesn't count as it was a cutscene. Our next objective was to get the comms relay back online, so I let George kill a few enemies so I could get my plasma pistol. We then turned all the enemies into Swiss cheese and was face to face with a sword zealot. But because I was able to start shooting at him before he was done his match of League of Legends, I was able to kill him without dying. I then smacked his brother and the first mission was over in 17 minutes. We started the next mission by landing in Oni's sword base with Kat. I died once, but I cleared the area pretty smoothly on the second try. I ran past the wraiths because you'd have to give me a handjob and a pack of Pokemon cards if you wanted me to fight that shit. Anyways, I politely told this elite to fuck off and drove to activate an anti-air gun. But then this stupid marine tried getting in my turret and ruining the challenge, so there was no other choice but to kill him. Then drove to the next comms array, and this part was the first time I had some trouble this run. I died here around 5 times but eventually succeeded. But then this marine tried ruining the challenge again, so I gave him a Spartan spanking and went back to where we started the mission. Luckily the hunters were about as smart as an autistic goldfish, and they succumbed to my plasma pistol and fisting skills with ease, and was ready to finish the mission. I killed a bunch of baddies, took care of the banshees, and finished the level in just under 30 minutes. The next mission started with June giving me some sniper rounds. This was totally inconsiderate because I already explained to him I was doing a challenge run and I wasn't going to be allowed to use them. June told me to assassinate this elite, but I wasn't holding a plasma pistol, so I threw stealth out the window so June would kindly murder this midget and let me take his plasma pistol. After dying so many times, I decided to just run past as many enemies as I could like a little bitch, but eventually I had to put on my big boy overalls and fight. The current objective was to simply clear the area, but unfortunately I had nothing but a plasma pistol against a surplus of enemies, so clearing the area took way longer than I would have hoped, but eventually I killed the last midget, and the new objective was to defend June while he planted a bomb. Unfortunately, these hunters were smarter than the ones on sword base, so I died to them quite a lot. But eventually I decided to use holograms to distract them, and somehow it actually worked. I have to say, this next section sucked big boy donkey dick. The amount of times I got shot up like an American school was enough to drive anyone insane. But after many deaths I made it to the end of the level with nothing but my plasma pistol and soiled overalls. The next mission's objective was to destroy some AA guns. We were on our way there, but Kat crashed the Warthog because she's a woman, and we found ourselves in enemy lines. After 11 minutes, I killed all the enemies in the first area and sent this marine to the moon. I was able to destroy the AA gun by using myself as bait and letting this zealot shoot rockets at it. I died to the drones more times than I'd like to admit and used myself as bait to get the hunters to destroy the second AA gun, and then murdered them shortly after. Unfortunately, this mission is where the first failure of the run happens. I tried many times, but you can't get past these enemies without shooting them. You could if you were playing on normal or easy, but because I was playing on heroic, I had to shoot. Anyways, we crash landed our Pelican, rode to the top of this big purple penis, killed a sword elite, and finished the mission. This space mission was a huge kick in the wee-wee sack. The first area wasn't hard at all, so I'm not going to talk about it, but the space section was impossible. I don't know if it's because I'm playing on heroic, but the enemies just wouldn't commit the big adios like they usually do. I even waited here for 30 minutes, got bored, then fucking died. So I committed a sin not even Dennis the Menace would commit, and I shot the ships. It's fully possible to get past this section without it, but at this point my nipples were lactating for some action, so I destroyed the thrusters on the ship because there's no way around it and entered the big ship. I have to say, things are pretty easy for the rest of the mission. I killed a bunch of baddies in various sections, and even the map room posed little struggle against the likes of my dick and my plasma pistol. We met up with George. I told him his armor makes him look like a fat fuck, so he throws me off the ship and kills himself in remorse. And with that, the mission was over in 51 minutes. The next mission wasn't too bad at the start. Apart from dying to these midget terrorists a few times, I was actually able to kill everyone throughout the level pretty effectively. These fucking monkeys were actually way weaker than I thought. I decorated the floor with their corpses and hopped in a pelican. I was able to do the pelican section without shooting anyone, unlike the last mission. It was actually the end of the mission that was a real boner killer. I killed most of the wraiths, but this last one just wouldn't consent to a booty spanking like the rest of the wraiths did. But after many deaths to the wraith, I eventually was able to kill the wraith, arm all the missile batteries, kill the last few brutes, and press the final button, finally ending the mission. New Alexandria wasn't too hard. The main struggle was getting a plasma pistol at the start of the level. I tried pushing this marine to get over his irrational fear of fucking dying, but after I died a few times, my dumbass realized I could just fly my pelican and let my marine gun one down for their plasma pistol. I killed a bunch of space monkeys and destroyed the first Covenant jammer. By the way, this mission has a bunch of side missions, which I'm not going to talk about because they are easy and boring. The next section was so easy. All I had to do was walk in and destroy the jammer. But oh no, it's a trap. How will I ever escape? Anyways, next section was also really easy. I just ran past these fat fucks and destroyed the last jammer. We destroyed these Covenant turrets and met with the Noble team. But then a big boom boom happens, so we try running away, but then Cat gets 360 no-scoped by an elite, and with that the mission ends. For the next mission I had to turn the difficulty down to normal, because I'm pretty sure it's physically impossible to get past this level on heroic without being able to shoot my tank. This level never fails to drive me into insanity. The amount of times I died and restarted this level was the definition of a purple nurple, and even on normal mode this level was a stomp on the ballsack. Unfortunately, my teammates wouldn't shoot at the AA guns, so the only way I could destroy them was with grenades, so that's another fail. The next section went... all I'm gonna say is eventually I just went around on foot, disposing of most of the turrets, and luckily the door opened sooner than it was supposed to. The rest of the mission was pretty easy. I killed some naughty aliens, ran from a fucking terrorist, killed some invisible wieners, and went to defend Halsey's lab. I surprisingly didn't even die once during this section, and it was honestly a jolly good time. We entered Halsey's lab and got the AI, and with that the mission ends. We start the final mission by jumping out of the Pelican so Carter can buy us some time. The first few minutes of this mission are incredibly easy. I just ran past most of the enemies in the level like the little bitch boy I am. This grunt sacrifices himself so I can get his plasma pistol and complete the challenge, and Carter kamikazes the scarab so we could die a hero's death in a few minutes. The buggers were the first annoying part of this mission, because they move faster than my uncle after I steal his naughty purple bananas, but after I took out the trash I ran past even more enemies until I was forced to fight the hunters. They went down faster than you can say fisty patty cake, and we pushed on to the final sections of the level, where I killed a bunch of space monkeys, delivered the package, and Emil fucking dies. I got through these elites without too much struggle, and it was time to end this cock and ball torture for good. Now, you don't actually have to kill these phantoms, you can just wait a few seconds and shoot the super carrier and the mangina to end the run. So can you beat Halo Reach with only the plasma pistol? Well, no. You are forced to use vehicles and shoot things with other weapons in numerous levels, so unfortunately you can't beat Halo Reach with only the plasma pistol, but you can get pretty damn close. Thanks for watching to the end, and remember to subscribe to support future cock and ball torture.